What the hell are you waiting for? Permission? A sign from the heavens? Let me tell you right now, the only limit you have is the one you believe in. You want massive success? Then learn to believe like your life depends on it, because it does. You've been lied to, told to be realistic, play it safe, wait your turn. Screw that. If you're serious about greatness, it starts in the mind. In this video, we're gonna shatter your mental limits and build the unstoppable belief that anything is possible. Let's rip off the excuses and build belief like a warrior. Your biggest enemy isn't your job, your upbringing, your bank account, or your background. It's not your ex, your boss, or some hidden government conspiracy. It's your thinking. That voice in your head telling you you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes, that maybe this just isn't your time. That's the enemy. The real war is between your ears. And until you understand that, you'll keep blaming the world for a battle you've already lost inside. The battlefield is in your damn head. Every day, from the second you wake up, you're under attack. Doubt, fear, excuses, they all line up to punch you in the mouth before you even roll out of bed. And most people, they lose that fight before breakfast. They hit snooze, they delay action, they listen to that weak, cowardly voice telling them to play it safe, and then they wonder why their lives don't change. You want to win, you reprogram that mind, you hardwire it for domination, for victory, for absolute belief in yourself. You train it like a damn soldier. That means you don't just feed it trash from your social media feed, you fill it with power, with vision, with purpose. You watch content that lights a fire in your soul. You read books that punch your brain into action. You get addicted to growth and allergic to mediocrity. And here's the truth, nobody's coming to save you. There's no motivational fairy waiting to sprinkle belief dust on your forehead. This is on you. You've got to become your own savage general. That means making decisions that hurt in the short term, but build you long term. That means holding the line when your emotions beg you to quit. That means talking to yourself like a winner, even when you feel like a loser. You lead your inner army. You command your thoughts. You want to know how the most successful people do it? They win that inner war before the world even sees them. They already saw the win in their mind 10,000 times before it ever showed up in real life. They believed when no one else did. They stayed disciplined when everyone else was distracted. They spoke victory over their life when everything looked like failure. Cut the damn noise, remove the weak people from your circle. Get rid of the complainers, the doubters, the professional victims. You don't need that poison infecting your belief system. You need a mind that's bulletproof, a spirit that's relentless, and a vision so powerful it drags you out of hell itself. The world isn't waiting for another excuse maker. It's waiting for the one who can stand in the fire and still scream, I will win. The mind is the battlefield, and you are the only one who can take that hill. Now go win the damn war. Faith is a muscle. Build it. Most people treat belief like some magical force that just shows up when they need it. It's not how it works. Belief is built the same way strength is, through repetition, resistance, and pushing past your limits. The truth is, most people's faith is weak because they've never trained it. They sit around waiting to feel ready, waiting for clarity, confidence, or some magical sign. That's fantasy thinking. If you want to live like a high performer, you've got to act before you feel ready. That's where the muscle grows. Dan Peña didn't become who he is by waiting to be comfortable. He didn't sit in a circle holding hands with fear, hoping one day he'd feel empowered enough to move. He moved in spite of fear. He made decisions that terrified him. He committed to things before he had the how, and that's what separates the weak from the warriors. When you act with no guarantees, when you step into the unknown with your chest out and your head high, that's where belief starts to grow. Not in theory, not in comfort, but in chaos, in fire. Every time you do what others won't, you stretch your capacity. When you take the risk they said was too big, make the call that makes your stomach turn, or step into a room where you feel out of place, you're not just moving forward, you're forging steel in your mind. You're telling your subconscious, we don't shrink, we rise. That's how you become unshakable. Not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. This is how champions think. They train faith through action. They say yes, then figure it out. They sign the contract, then become the person who can fulfill it. They don't look at their current situation to define what's possible. They create pressure, because pressure produces growth. You think growth comes from journaling in a quiet room? No. It comes from committing so hard, you're forced to level up or die trying. That's when belief becomes real. It's easy to talk about faith. It's easy to say, I believe, when the sun is out and the winds are calm. But what do you believe when the storm hits? When everything falls apart? That's the test. That's when the muscle is truly trained. Anyone can feel good when things go right, but belief isn't about feelings, it's about standards. You train yourself to move regardless of how you feel. You show up when it's inconvenient. You build faith in the trenches, not on the sidelines. So no more waiting. No more asking for signs. Say yes to the mission before you're ready. Step into the fire and let it forge you. Your next level isn't waiting for you to believe. It's waiting for you to act like you already do. Faith is a muscle, and it's time to start lifting. True realism. Be delusional. Realism is just fear dressed in a tuxedo. It's the voice of mediocrity pretending to be wise. Be realistic, they say. What they really mean is stay in your lane. Don't make me uncomfortable by chasing something I'm too scared to even dream about. You want to win big? You want to live a life people talk about when you're gone? Then realism has no place in your vocabulary. The people who changed the world didn't play it safe. They weren't respected at first. They were ridiculed. Steve Jobs believed he could put 1,000 songs in your pocket when CDs were still the norm. Elon Musk said we'd colonize Mars, while most people can't even get their car to pass inspection. Jeff Bezos started a bookstore in his garage and said, this will be the future of commerce. These weren't logical moves. They were delusional, and they worked. Why? Because reality bends to those who are bold enough to challenge it. You're not here to blend in. You're here to break through. And breaking through means you've got to scare people. You've got to make them uncomfortable with your ambition. People will laugh, let them. People will doubt, good. Because when people think you're crazy, it means you're finally dreaming at the level where magic happens. If your dreams don't make you feel like a maniac, they're not big enough. If they don't cause others to raise their eyebrows or talk behind your back, they're not worth chasing. The truth is, no one changes the world by being reasonable. Reasonable people accept what is. Visionaries, lunatics to the crowd, create what could be. The Wright brothers didn't wait for the world to believe in flight, they built the damn plane. Edison didn't wait for people to believe in electric light, he just kept failing until it worked. And you're waiting for everyone to approve your vision before you chase it? Well, stop trying to convince people who've settled for average to understand your desire for greatness. They won't get it. It's not their job to believe in you, it's yours. You've got to believe so deeply, so insanely, that your certainty becomes a weapon. You've got to show up every day with fire in your eyes and say, I don't care if you believe in me, I believe in me. So be delusional, be unreasonable, be the kind of person who sets goals so insane they terrify your former self. And then act like it's already done. The world won't hand you your dream, you have to take it, you have to demand it. And that only happens when you stop asking for permission and start acting like the impossible is inevitable. Realism never built empires, delusion did. So go ahead, scare them. Make them uncomfortable. Be so damn big, they can't ignore you. You cannot grow a winning mindset in a losing environment. That's not motivational fluff, it's a fact. You can have all the ambition in the world, but if you're surrounded by people who think small, act scared, and live in fear, their energy will seep into your system like poison. Every day you spend in a toxic or average environment chips away at your belief, your confidence, and your vision. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they let mediocrity infect their minds through the people closest to them. If your friends aren't pushing you, challenging you, or evolving with you, they're not friends. They're anchors. And anchors are made to keep ships from moving. If your inner circle talks about Netflix, gossip, and all the reasons why things won't work, then congratulations, you're in a cage. And here's the brutal truth. You don't get a gold medal for loyalty to the wrong crowd. You have to be willing to walk away. Cut the dead weight. I don't care if you've known them since childhood. I don't care if they're family. If they're not on fire for greatness, they're not qualified to speak into your life. You're building a future, not a pity party. And sometimes belief grows best in solitude before it thrives in synergy. Start filling your mind and your time with killers. People who wake up hungry. People who talk big, move fast, and act like losing is not an option. You don't need to know them personally to be mentored by them. Books, podcasts, interviews, there is no excuse today. Find people whose very presence makes you uncomfortable because they remind you of how far you've still got to go. That discomfort is the signal you're in the right room. Get addicted to it. Belief is contagious. You start spending time with winners and you'll start thinking, why not me? You'll stop negotiating with your dreams and start demanding results. That shift doesn't come from motivational quotes. It comes from proximity to power. When your environment changes, your identity changes. When your identity changes, your results explode. So take a hard look around you. Who's in your ear? Who's on your calendar? Who gets your energy? If the answer isn't people who inspire you, then you've got work to do. Upgrade your circle or stay stuck. Because in the end, you don't just become what you think, you become who you spend your time with. And if you want to believe like anything is possible, you better start surrounding yourself with people who already do. Don't wait to become confident. Act as if you already are. Most people sit around waiting for a feeling to strike them. Confidence, motivation, belief. They treat these things like lightning, rare, unpredictable, out of their control. That's why they stay average. Winners, on the other hand, understand something different. They don't wait to feel it, they become it, right now, on command. You think the most powerful people in the world wake up every day feeling confident? Hell no. They feel fear, doubt, pressure, but they act as if they were unstoppable, and that action creates momentum, which creates results, which builds belief. That's the damn formula. Walk like you're chosen. You don't need a crown to move like a king. You need posture, intention, certainty. People sense energy before they hear your words. When you carry yourself with power, the world responds. Opportunities open, doors swing wide, not because you begged, but because you expected. And when you expect greatness, you start attracting it. Speak like you're destined, not cocky. Convicted. There's a difference. Cockiness is noise. Conviction is silent thunder. When you talk about your goals, your future, your mission, do it like you've already won, because if you don't believe it first, no one else ever will. You're not selling a dream, you're becoming it. Move like you're unstoppable. That means you take action even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable. That's where the real growth is. If you want to learn to believe, stop analyzing everything. Stop waiting for conditions to be perfect. You'll be dead before the stars align. Winners move now. They don't negotiate with fear. They dominate it. They make decisions fast. They act with boldness and they accept failure as part of the process. Not a sign to quit, but a sign they're in the game. The truth is, the world bends to those who carry certainty. That's what people follow. not the smartest person, not the richest, but the one who walks into the room with an unshakable energy that says, this is mine. And that energy isn't born in some seminar. It's forged in your daily actions. Every time you choose boldness over hesitation, belief grows. Every time you speak power instead of doubt, belief grows. Every time you move toward your vision with the mindset that it's already done, belief grows. So don't wait for permission. Don't wait to feel ready. Decide who you are and then show the hell up as if that version of you already exists. Because here's the kicker. It does. It's just buried under layers of fear, conditioning, and small thinking. Strip it away, step into it, live it, talk it, walk it, and soon the world will catch up and say, of course they made it. But you'll know the truth. You believed first. You acted first. You became it before anyone else saw it. That's how power is built. That's how belief becomes reality. Act as if. Now, stop asking for permission. Stop playing small. Rip off the fear, slap the excuses in the face, and believe like your future demands it. Because it does. Subscribe, comment, I believe, and share this with someone still sleeping on their damn potential. Believe as if anything is possible, because it is.